The arraignment of the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, at the Federal High Court in Abuja has been stalled following the absence of his defense counsels in court. Now, the EFCC had arraigned the former governor on a 19-count charge of money laundering to the tune of 80 billion naira. However, the proceedings could not hold as Bello informed the court that he had been notified of the hearing late Thursday, the 28th. Now, the trial judge, Emeka Nwite, then informed the court that the proceedings should be adjourned for Bello's counsels to be duly notified in the interest of fair hearing. The case was then adjourned to December 13th. Now, Abuja Bureau Chief Amadin Uyi joins me to discuss more on this. Hello, Amadin. Thank you so much for joining. What is the latest development where you are at the moment?
First of all, you had mentioned two cases. The first case involving foreign nationals who were arraigned earlier this morning. That trial could not start. It started a few minutes ago because they had to go and get interpreters. And when they arrived in court today, the trial could not commence. Then the second case, which had earlier held, which involved the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, was a very short session. There was a drama outside the court and inside the court. Outside the court, security operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission wanted to stop journalists from covering the case, which led to a mild, I will call it mild, scuffle, after which officials of the EFCC intervened and journalists were given access. Then another drama ensued inside the court when the trial judge was about to commence trial, as he called the counsels representing counsels for prosecution and counsels for defense. When Kemi Pinero had identified herself as the prosecution counsel for the EFCC, when it was turned to get the defense counsels for Yahaya Bello, no one stood up. And then when the trial judge, Justice Emeka Nwite, called on Bello to know why the defense counsels were not in court, Bello informed the court that he was only notified of the arraignment late yesterday and he could not get to his counsels. The trial judge now had that discussion with the prosecution counsel, saying that in the interest of justice, that there was no way the trial could commence, that they had to notify the accused and so that he will duly notify his defense counsel and they will appear in court. So after that, the trial was adjourned to December the 13th, hoping that by that day, Bello would have notified his counsels and they will make their representation in court. Now, there's something I want to highlight here. The case bordering on a 19-count charge on money laundering to the tune of about 80 billion naira is different from the case which was at the FCT High Court 2 days ago, where Bello was still arraigned by the EFCC for I think about 110 billion naira count charge, 110 billion naira fraud. So those cases are separate, so it will be apt to make a clarification that they are different. That case for 2 days ago was at the FCT High Court, while today's case is at the Federal High Court.
All right, just one question before we let you go, Amadin. What are the implications of, the delayed arraignment for the EFCC?
The implication was very clear. The trial could not commence today because, just as Bello said, he was notified late yesterday. And by court rules, every accused is supposed to appear in court with his defense counsel, because one can only be termed guilty after a pronouncement has been made by the court. So because Bello was notified late, he could not reach out to the defense counsel. The arraignment today had to be stalled and the case had to be adjourned to December the 13th.
Well, thank you so much, Amadin, for that update. We'll reach out to you in our subsequent bulletins for more.